Hello everyone. In today's tutorial, we are going to talk about how to make a super drum rack. So when I say a drum rack, I'm talking about the quantity of sample that you can insert in the drum rack. So usually a drum rack contains 125 sample on the bar, on the sidebar. And with the trick that I'm about to show you, you can insert up to 15,625 sample, all ready to go, ready for you to choose the best drum. So let's have a look. Okay, so I'm gonna show you first, and after we're gonna talk about the trick. So here is a drum rack with a kick, snare, and hi-hat. So let's play it. So what is happening here? As you noticed, the sound of the samples is changing all the time. Let's mute the kick. So basically, the sound of the kick is always changed because there are many samples inside just this this box. So I'm going to show you from the beginning how to create this. So we're going to open an instrument rack inside the drum rack. So in this instrument rack, we have the possibility to add a lot of kick drums. So let's go to my sound folder. And for example, I'm just going to open my kick folder. And I'm going to choose randomly all those kicks. Okay, so I'm choosing from this to this. And I'm going to just drag and drop them here. And I'm gonna put more. So I'm gonna take also these other kicks. So I'm gonna go here at the bottom. You can see drop an instrument or sample. In my case, I'm adding samples. So now more or less, I'm having probably, let's say 100 kicks. The second thing that you have to do is to open the chain tab, and all those kicks are here. So I'm going to basically highlight the first kick and add it to the bar, and I'm going to distribute ranges equally. So now maybe it doesn't make sense what I'm doing, but you will see it later. So now this little bar here is choosing each kick drum that is from 0 to 127, right? Now I'm going to my drum rack and I'm going to ride the kick. So let's put 4 on the floor and play. Okay. Now if I move this one, you can see that wherever this little pin stands, it's choosing the kick that belongs to that section. So now I want to automate something. I want to use a knob that is going to choose my kick drum all the time. So I'm going to activate the macro and I'm going to map. And you can see here, this green bar, it's basically the selector, and I'm going to map it. So now I have it here. If I want to map this here, I'm going to do the mapping here. So click the chain selector of the kick drum to the first knob, right? Now let's do the same for, and actually let's call it kick here, and let's call it kick here as well, so that I know that is a kick drum. So now let's do the same things with the snare. So I'm going to go to instrument rack, and I'm gonna drag and drop here the snare. Okay, I'm gonna put a snare here. So now I'm going to my sound font folder. You know, everyone has their own folder. Everyone has a personal folder with samples. So I'm selecting all of them, and I'm going to drop them here where it says drop an instrument or sample here. So drag and drop. It's gonna take a while because depending on your computer that you have. Then you're gonna go to the chain, and you're gonna highlight the first one, and you're going to highlight the bar from 0 to 127, and you right click, distribute ranges equally, right? Then you open the macro, and you're going to map the green bar of the selection of the snare to the first macro. And now well, sorry, I need to write the snare here. So one snare here. Now I have at my disposal 127 snares. And now I'm going to basically map this one here. And I'm going to call it snare as well. Now that I have 127 snares here and 127 kick, it's going to be much more easy for me to choose. For example, I like this one, and that's going to be my final drum. I want to show you an example that I created before. So I've got this one here. So in my case here, I was doing this loop, and the kick, the snare, the hi-hat, and the fourth hi-hat are, as you can see here, they all have the chain selector.